So hold on, wait. So
There are
what's the
drinks.
best Sandler movie? Do you guys really think Waterboy's the best Sandler movie?
I do, kind of, yeah.
Maybe. And look, we have to qualify this. You can't pick Punch Drunk Love.
No,
This isn't one of those.
That's
Or
not,
Uncut
that's not
Gems.
his best
Or
movie
Uncut
anyway.
Gems.
Neither is that.
Uncut job.
Yeah, this has to be like pure 90s, 2000 Sandler. I mean, you can pick...
Comedy Sandler, classic Sandler.
you can pick Hubie Halloween if you want. That counts.
You could. You
A
could.
Happy
Idiot.
Madison joint
Well, at that rate,
counts.
all of the films count. But I think that... Am I quiet?
Yeah.
I think that...
Why are we doing this, Cody?
What?
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, why are we having this
Engage with the
discussion?
listener why we're doing this.
Because you all looked at me like I had 8 fucking dicks on my face when I said that Waterboy is not... I'm not a fan of Waterboy.
Yeah, he said it's not a good movie. He doesn't.
I didn't
like
say
Waterboy.
that. I said not a fan.
Okay, so here's
Which
where
we all
are.
thought was crazy because Waterboy rules.
Waterboy does rule. How many listeners tell us where you can tell us are in our age range? Like exactly in this like 10-year sphere of you were the right spot when Adam Sandler was the biggest comedy star in the world. Because I wonder if that affects
Maybe that
the
influences
choice
choices.
here.
Probably. I will say I watched. Never mind. It's not an Adam Sandler movie. It's not relevant.
Okay.
I remember...
Waterboy rules.
Waterboy does rule.
Waterboy rules. I love Billy Madison.
I mean, I think on any given day, Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison take 1 and 2 for me.
Happy
Yes.
Gilmore is an easy 3 for me.
Really?
I would
three, yeah.
say Billy Madison's my number 1.
Okay.
That's so good.
Yeah, I can't really
It's
deny
just, like
Happy
adults
is
acting
too.
like children
Oh.
is the greatest thing. in the world.
Eric is pregnant. He gonna be a soccer player.
He is.
Fucking Norm Macdonald just being drunk in the mansion. It's just like
It's so good.
Nudie Magazine Day.
Nudie Magazine Day.
Nudie magazine.
The same mansion where they shot Ready or Not.
I had that fucking movie on
No,
a laser
really?
disc.
Yep.
Wait, fuck you, really? Why did I say the
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Always aggressive
Yeah.
at me.
God, really? That's amazing. I didn't know that.
You think I'll shoot the sequel there?
Probably not.
No, I'd be surprised.
should
Although
have
unless maybe it's a prequel.
Could be.
It's kind of the only thing you can do with that.
With the Samara Weaving character though.
She's in the film.
Oh, she's in it?
Yeah.
It won't be a prequel.
No, they released a brief synopsis.
Oh, I didn't read it.
We could ask him.
We could ask him. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cash
ask
in
him.
all our chips and just ask him. Hey,
Just
what
ask
are you not two about?
We'll just ask him. We'll see him in a few weeks.
I know.
That-
Wait,
that
Lucas,
was?
what's your Sandler's?
Number 1, Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer. That's
how?
probably number
Again?
3.
How?
Oh.
Yeah,
I've
Wedding
never-
Singer rules.
I've
the
never
only
seen
one
it.
Jess will watch.
I haven't seen it.
It holds up. We
Okay.
just rewatched.
Wedding Singer is so good.
Yeah.
I've watched that movie maybe 20 times.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I love that movie. Then Waterboy, then Billy Madison.
Happy
Okay.
Gilmore doesn't even make the top 3.
I mean, it would be 4.
Okay.
But because of Waterboy, it's not.
Yes.
See, I think that's wrong.
No, Waterboy rules. I
Yeah.
put Waterboy's probably my favorite because I'm not the biggest Sandler guy.
We fucking know.
You've expressed this.
But something about Waterboy just clicks.
Yeah, it's great.
Something about that whole shtick.
I feel like that. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say that one, it permeated our culture and our nomenclature more than the others. Like you're always talking about high quality H2O or
Well, that came out
2000,
So that was more. I was closer to being appropriate. Was it
98. That was 98.
No, I think
2000 was
after
Little Nicky.
2000 was Little Nicky.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is a fucking thing.
2000? Really? That was
That's the thing.
2000?
Yeah.
I thought it was later than that.
I thought it was later too because I feel like I remembered seeing that with a buddy that I didn't know in 2000.
I mean, I believe him. He's savanti on this stuff.
Hey, thank
So
you.
I feel like because it was I was semi-conscious when it came out. I feel more connected to it. So maybe that's probably why
Right.
more. And I saw that one before.
2000?
I think before some of the other ones.
Yeah. And on the lower tier of those is where Sandler plays a normal guy, like The Longest Yard remake, Mr. Deeds, which is I remember being very good and made a shit ton of money back in the day. But he's just
Big
playing
Daddy, right?
I'm sorry. Yes. Big Daddy's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Deeds, he's playing a guy with an impediment still.
Mr. Deeds was my second DVD ever.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, I forgot about Bulletproof.
Bulletproof.
Forgot about Bulletproof.
Gladiator and
Yeah.
Mr.
I think we all forgot about Bulletproof.
Yeah.
I think Sandler forgot about Bulletproof.
Uh-huh.
There's 30
Oh, and
movies in
Anger
there.
Management?
Yeah.
Yeah. That got a sequel.
I didn't care for that one.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Welcome to the SHUDdown!
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Curtis!
I'm Austin.
And this is Cody.
Lucas.
We're the horror movie podcast where we discuss films freaky out and the friendships that are even freakier and our rankings of Adam Sandler on any given day.
Yeah.
Here, here.
Here, here.
So we're just doing that, and that we had to bring that into the show because you can't say something crazy like I don't like the Waterboy and then not discuss the context of why.
I mean, he made this claim as we're setting up, so of course we have to pick at it.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
I'll watch it
On the
again.
show.
Yeah.
You should. I think you'll love it.
I don't know, man. 3 times. Like I said, 3 times. When it came out, when I was in high school, as an adult, all 3 occasions, didn't really care. Just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't really.
You
do
were
it.
dumber then.
Did anyone mention
Now you're
Airheads?
smart and beautiful.
I feel better.
Airheads.
Yeah.
That is
I
like,
actually feel good.
Airheads does
Thank
fucking
you.
rule.
It does.
Airheads rules.
Airheads fucking.
But Airheads
super
also
He's like
doesn't
the
feel like
he's
a
like the
pure-
4th banana in that.
Yeah, it's not a purely Sandler movie.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That's a Brendan Fraser movie.
Yeah.
God,
Yes.
he was beautiful.
Oh, man.
All that long
Imagine
hair.
if they did an
So
Airheads too.
hot.
That'd be great.
And was it Buscemi?
Buscemi was the drummer.
So weird.
Say that
Or
again.
no, Sandler's a drummer.
I think Sandler's the
Buscemi's
drummer.
yeah.
I think if they did an Airheads too, it could really work.
Dude.
Oh, like an
Oh,
Airhead.
dude.
Uh-huh.
They could
God
do like
damn it.
what was that? What was that metal band? Anvil. They could do like an
Yes.
Anvil type story, like someone rediscovers Airheads and they do like a tour.
Well, who is
that
What was
could
their
work.
band name?
Well, there's isn't White Zombie in Airheads?
White
Play
Zombie
that, play
is in
that,
Airheads.
play that legalese that we always talk about when we come up with movie
Oh
ideas
yeah,
on
yeah.
the show.
This is our idea now.
Yeah, you can't have it.
You have to pay us if you want to do this.
Whoever owns the rights is really upset.
Yeah, what was their band name? It wasn't Airheads.
No.
Shit.
What was their band name? God, this is great trivia.
Who was the DJ in that?
Joe Montana.
That's right. That's right.
God, I want to watch this shit tonight.
Chris
I haven't seen
Farley's
it
the
so
cop.
Many years.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris
He's-
Farley's the fucking.
He's
cop.
the one that
That's
goes to
right.
the White Zombie show.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. God, that movie ruled.
God.
That's one that really
Well,
sneaks away. And I don't know. If you haven't seen Airheads, watch Airheads.
Ace.
again,
ASAP.
This is a horror movie podcast. Our next theme is going to be Airheads. Strictly.
Just Sandler movies.
Just
we just
Sandler.
completely divert for one series.
Yeah. Oh, David Arquette is in that fucking
That's
thing.
right.
He is.
Yeah.
God,
He's
it's
like
been so long.
one of the loser execs at the station or whatever.
Is
the
it?
Lone Rangers.
The Lone Rangers,
Lone
because that's a joke.
Rangers.
They're like, you guys are the Lone Ranger.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't. You can be alone.
There's 3 of you. Yeah.
God, it's good.
It's real good. The movie's real good.
Anyway, where are we? What are we doing tonight?
Anyway.
What are we doing tonight? Well, we're back for episode 2 of Purple Flavored Kool-Aid.
I feel like I see you trying to remember what it is.
Yeah,
every time.
every time. Fuck.
I have now started
Doing
basing when I start coming up with whatever my theme is going to be. I start doing it with let's figure out if the name works
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
the way to go.
Yeah.
Name first.
Yeah, name first.
Let movies
Because
fall into
that's
place.
the other way. That's how Halloweeny came around,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a good name.
That's how Goth came about.
That worked well though. It was perfect.
That was great.
Was coming up with Oh My Goth
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
This one I went backwards and it didn't work. I'm
Yeah, that's
sorry.
exactly what happened with
I came up
Halloween.
with
It
a name
didn't
on the
work.
spot.
Didn't work. I don't know. I still think Purple Flavored Kool-Aid works.
It absolutely works. Because that's cult movies.
Yeah.
We're watching movies about cults. We have episode 2, a second movie, and it's boy, is it something. We'll get into it.
But first,
But first,
Where?
we watched stuff. Well,
We did.
3 of the 4 of us watched stuff.
Yeah.
I did not log a single movie.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've just been busy. I've had a lot of gigs, a lot of like evening stuff, evening rehearsals. Been house sitting for my parents a lot, 2 weekends in a row. So it's just eating up all my movie time. And like the other day, I was like, man, I haven't watched a movie in a while. I'm not going to have much for the next show. And I put up Letterboxd. I was like, oh, I've watched 0 movies. Partially because we've started watching Yellowjackets.
Okay.
And we've been slamming the Yellowjackets.
Yeah.
We're into season 2
Is this the
now.
first time you've watched it?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
I love
That
dude,
show rules.
It's so good.
It rules.
Now that both of you are like it rules, me and Maddie are gonna go back. We're gonna try it again.
Okay.
Because we did season 1 and we were like, whatever.
I think are you in season 2 yet?
Yeah.
I think season 2 is better.
Season
Okay.
2
I think
rules.
so
and
too.
then season 3 just dropped,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, like just
Okay.
happened.
And
But dude,
I-
that pilot, it's one of the best pilots I've seen.
Great.
It's a good pilot.
Karen
Directed by
Kusama
Corin.
pilot.
Yeah.
Ooh, fuck, it's that ending. I'm like, fuck yeah.
It's phenomenal.
I'm into this.
Have you watched it, Curtis?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I loved the first 2 seasons.
I forgot this.
Have you watched the 3rd season?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He doesn't love it.
We'll see.
He doesn't love it.
I've got a theory on the show as a whole, and I don't
Okay.
want to. I don't think
Yeah,
it's ruining
no,
anything
we'll get there.
for you guys. I just like in how they're making it. I have a theory on it.
There's
but-
a thing that this isn't a spoiler by any means, but if you're crazy, you could consider it a spoiler. There's something about the show that drives Kaylin crazy, which is in the 2nd season. They've definitely added some girls.
Yes. Yeah.
And
who is these?
it drives her nuts. I'm like, well, they need like cannon fodder. I
Yeah.
get it. You got to,
Yeah,
You
I
don't
think it happens in the third season too. You're like, who the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
they just.
Oh, I hate that.
They just like season 2 starts and you're like, who are you?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
That annoys
There's
me.
like 3 new girls.
I don't love that. That annoys me.
It's like, well, I get it. You gotta kill them off. You want to keep these characters.
Yeah, because you weren't. And this also probably goes to my point on the whole show because I think they're not like planning too far ahead,
Right.
really, which is presenting some problems, maybe.
Sure.
But like they weren't writing for those 4th tier characters in the first season.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, maybe we should fucking
Yeah, we should
include these people.
We should have some more people.
Yeah, and JoBeth can't read, so we might have to recast her. You know.
I think that's
Something
next
like
on our list. We started watching Severance. Have you guys watched
Yes.
Severance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
I couldn't make it through 40 minutes.
Of the first
really?
episode?
No.
Yeah, I will say I do. As much as I love it, I do think the first season's bloated. I think it's like
Okay.
2 episodes too long
Okay.
of just stuff. But
Should I keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
It's-
Because all right,
Starts
you watched
it
it?
starts
No.
getting tighter as
Okay.
time goes on. It
Yeah,
it
and
does a lot of atmosphere tone stuff.
There's
at
a
the
lot
beginning.
of tone that I honestly I think it's a little too much. Even though I love the tone, but dude, that first season ends and you're like, and you won't have to wait, which I'm very jealous of because it ends and
It's
you're like,
pretty nice.
I need more right
Nick,
now.
Nick is working on it.
he told me that.
Yeah, he told you that.
He
right?
told me that. Yeah.
And he's saying that Ben Stiller is just like a perfectionist when it comes to that show.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Can we talk about this?
What is
maybe we cut it out. Maybe we bleep Nick's name. What do you think?
It's, I mean,
maybe
I
just
don't know.
maybe we just don't talk about this part just in case.
Okay.
what does he do?
Well, I
What-
mean,
what does he do?
He's in like
I'm cutting.
like
this.
quality control for Apple right now.
Oh, okay.
So like right before stuff goes on the app,
watches it.
he's like the team of editors that's like the last to handle something.
Wow.
So like if they notice an continuity error, there's an audio blip, there's anything that's like
Right,
that,
right.
his team catches that stuff before it goes out. But Ben Stiller is involved with that team. Like he is watching the thing go out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I love that.
I kind of love that.
I forgot that it's his show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stiller's
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah, I completely
He
forgot that
is
it's his
the
show.
man.
God,
He
he's so
rules.
He does. Yeah, his bit at the Oscars. You see that? Such a good bit.
I
He
didn't.
always has good Oscar bits.
I didn't.
He was giving production design at the Oscars, and like they were raising
That was
him
so
up,
funny.
and then it stops like midway, so it's just his head, and he's like, trying to give the
Fantastic.
and he jumps the thing. It's great.
He's
Anyway.
great.
Oh yeah, there's that to talk about. The Oscars happened, and we all watched it.
Oh,
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
Actually, great.
Had a great time.
I watched the monologue. I was rehearsing all day. I couldn't, but I watched the monologue. Fantastic. Or the
Fantastic,
opening
yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
I love Conan so much. So I'm
Yeah.
very sad I couldn't watch all of
he
it.
did his shtick, and it was great.
I love his shtick. It's great.
Yeah. Phenomenal. And I sobbed for probably 15 minutes straight when David Lynch showed up in the in memoriam. Just
Yeah,
kind of out,
And
out
they
of control.
forgot Tony
I
Todd.
forgot Tony Todd.
they did.
Fucking
Forgot
assholes.
him. They forgot Michelle Thrachenberg
Yeah, which is a weird
and someone else.
Wait, had she died by then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
2
wow.
days before.
Oh wow.
And it's one of those weird things where it's like, okay, Gene Hackman died. R.I.P. Gene Hackman. Like 2 days before the Oscars.
Right.
Clearly, I mean, they bring out Morgan Freeman to be like, my friend Gene, blah, blah, blah.
Which was so
it
moving.
was great. But then you're like, you can't use the excuse of it was too soon because
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't.
Gene's still warm.
Yeah.
Gene's still warm. Also, well,
probably not.
Probably not. His wife certainly wasn't.
Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
That thing
We-
is crazy.
That's so wild.
It's so
Just
crazy.
walking around for a whole week.
Just
Yeah.
It's
She
so
was-
sad.
She was
It's
absolutely
so
taking care
sad.
of him.
Yeah, she was. Well, I think the part that cripples me is the fucking dog
I know.
that had just. Did you guys hear it had just had surgery?
Oh no.
The dog had just had surgery, and that's why it was in the kennel, and the other dogs weren't. So this fucking dog was sitting in there just alone
Starved to
and
death,
starving to death.
Oh.
While his dad, who's 95 and senile, is just
Yeah.
ambling around the house confused.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
All right.
It would make a really great fucked up movie.
Here, would.
because you know that the
would.
other two dogs ate her.
Probably.
You know that happened, right? Well, I didn't watch a whole lot myself, unfortunately.
Okay.
I had a birthday.
You did.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Cody!
And I had decided that I had made this whole watch list of like 12 movies because I took an extra day off and I was like, I'm gonna have a pig day. I'm gonna order a whole pizza. I'm gonna eat the whole fucking thing. I'm gonna watch all these horror movies over a couple days. I did not do that at all.
It's fine. That happens.
I watched Maddie and I have been trying to do this thing. I think I've talked about this in the show where because we've been going to Disneyland a lot, and we've been trying to watch like one movie before we go. And we were going to Disneyland on my birthday,
Yes.
so we decided to watch Snow White.
Okay.
Which one?
And the Seven Dwarves.
And the seven, yeah. Snow White and the
Could
Seven.
have watched Snow White and the Huntsman.
That's true. I could have watched. It's true.
Could have watched Huntsman Winter's War.
It's true. I could have. I didn't. I watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was not nearly as metal as I remembered.
You said it was.
I did. That was a typo because I was too stoned. What it was supposed to say was Sleeping Beauty is metal as fuck. 'Cause Sleeping Beauty is kind of fucking metal as fuck. We did that walkthrough thing where you're in the castle, which they've updated.
Okay.
It's metal as fuck, dude.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It rules. I need to watch. I haven't watched the movie.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about that is like they had the skinniest window in the world,
Yes.
and they had an apple.
Yes.
That's the only thing I remember about the walkthrough.
Isn't
It's like,
that
this
Snow
is what
White?
we're here? No, it's Sleeping Beauty's castle.
With the apple.
The Apple Snow White.
Yeah, the apple Snow White.
Well,
for
maybe
sure.
then. I mean, it's in the castle.
Who's an idiot now?
This is a horror movie
Well,
podcast.
maybe she went to the castle.
Maybe she
we don't
went.
know.
Yeah,
we
she
don't know what
maybe she
does.
visited.
We
Well,
don't know what she
They all
does.
live in the same place.
Regardless, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs has too much music in it.
Wow, that is your common
That's a theme.
complaint.
It's too much music.
You don't like music and movies,
I do.
which is ironic because those are your two favorite things.
That
keep 'em
it's just-
separate.
I didn't like it in that movie.
Segregated, if you will.
It's that
but equal.
You know.
There's like nothing that happens in that movie. They just throw the songs in there to make the movie 90 minutes. It
Yeah.
should only be 45.
But this was 1937.
Okay, there's other Disney movies that are shorter.
That movie built the Disney Empire.
It did. I did not know
He
that.
mortgaged
either.
his house to make that
Yeah,
movie.
didn't every movie in 1937 have 30 minutes of music
Yeah, you
in it?
need it there. That's what people have never seen that. Oh! People are dancing on screen. No, I'm so sorry. Scared the shit out of Lucas.
His eyes. His eyes.
So sorry.
If you're listening
that
to
too
this,
well.
Curtis, when he was selling his, he pointed up behind Lucas, and Lucas thought there was some sort of ethereal being behind him. And
This happens to you often in that seat.
it terrified him greatly.
I'll never.
I'm so glad you faced the door.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like doing the thing that they tell you not to do, which is have your back to the door, and I die every time.
Well, you can have your back to the door here because you're usually safe in this house. Usually.
There's video evidence of otherwise.
When like Maddie bursting and screaming. So, a cherished memory. Anyway, we watched that, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna do that, and then we'll just go through this list of 12 horror movies, which we did not do.
Okay.
We watched The Woman in Black, the 2012 remake, because Curtis gave me the itch.
Yeah,
Movie
Rips and Roars.
Rips and Roars. It's so cool.
Haven't seen it.
It's really good.
I want to.
And then I watched Stage Fright. Yeah. Wow.
Awesome.
What a weird little broken time.
Yeah.
It's just a bizarre movie.
One of my favorite endings to a movie like that ever.
Yeah, solid ending. Good movie.
Such a great ending.
I really liked it quite a bit. And that was the extent to which I was able to get through my 12 horror movie list. It was I
did
got through
great.
2 out of 12.
Hey man, it happens. As long as you had a good time.
But at Disneyland, went on Pirates and was inspired to then go home and watch Pirates.
Yeah.
Guys, Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl is almost a perfect movie.
Yeah. It absolutely is.
Which one's
The
that?
first one.
Way
Yeah,
almost.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's moments where I think it starts to maybe drag a little bit,
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah.
but otherwise it's all but perfect. It's so good.
It's great. It's a really great movie. Who directed that?
Gore Verbinski.
Yeah, he did the first 2.
He did the first 3.
Dude, that second one.
He did not do the third
Rules.
one.
Yeah, he did.
I love the second.
I looked this up.
Fight them.
Gore
Fight.
Verbinski directed the third film, At World's End.
Guys, die for the knife.
Yeah. We need a disagreement knife for this show. Disagreement. Anytime there's a
Gore Verbinski directed the 2007 film Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't remember what I was thinking about.
He
the
didn't
other
direct
day where
any of
it
the
was-
other ones.
That's correct.
You should know better. I mean,
It's true.
He'll get
I
me
know.
one of these
This
days.
is his thing.
But it is not this day.
That movie rules. I would rather, though, any day of the week, watch the lesser movie, the sequel,
Yes.
Dead Man's Chest.
Always.
Oh, fuck.
It's a perfect
Davy
middle
Jones
chapter.
Rock.
It's so cool.
The Kraken is so good.
Oh.
Yes.
And all the weird like sea monster pirates. Come on.
Yeah.
It's the
That
best.
shit's awesome.
Yes.
That
Movie
movie
rules.
Yeah.
easily any day of the week. Like if you ask me right now, do you want to watch Pirates? I'd be like, eh. If you ask me, do you want to watch Pirates 2? I'd be like, yeah.
It's Two Towers
so
syndrome.
awesome.
It's like
Yes.
it's so easy to just put on. It's got a great ending. It's cool shit all the time.
What a bold way to start the movie, though.
How's that one
It
start?
literally just opens with Keira Knightley, like, sort of crying on the beach because the
Okay.
wedding's been ruined.
Yes.
So we're just going to skip all this other shit. We're just going to dive right in.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Great.
I love the way the third one opens too.
And so then we started the third one.
Do you feel death?
I remembered loving that when in high school. I think I still like it quite a bit, but I don't know for sure because I fell asleep after an hour.
Yeah. It's not as good as the other two.
I'll have to pick it back up.
But it's better than
But I love it so
than
much.
Going beyond
Everything
that.
else that
yeah,
has come out,
it's better than once you go past
Yeah,
that.
I mean those three are like a very
Yeah, they rock.
like especially like just the Hollywood blockbuster thing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some of the last of its kind to exist and be good.
Yeah.
And then I didn't watch anything except tonight's movie. And then Maddie and I went to the theater last night to watch Mickey 17.
Mickey 17!
Which I think 3 of us saw, right? Austin,
Yeah.
you haven't seen it yet? Yeah?
No.
Yeah. Cody and I spoke about this a little bit before
Yeah.
we started.
We don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to ruin it for him.
Yeah.
It's fine. General thoughts?
I love it so much. It feels like a shotgun blast of all the stuff that Bong does and does well, but it's a lot. It's kind of a mess.
He doesn't like it?
I love it one notch less than Curtis
Okay.
for all the same reasons.
And I think I'm probably in the same plane as Lucas.
Okay.
I like the perfectly great movie.
Yeah.
Too long
Okay.
for what it is.
Yeah.
Feels like they should have cut. I'm not gonna lie. When I sat down in that movie theater and I was like, "Oh, you're 2 hours and 17 minutes." Fuck.
Yeah.
I was immediately like, "Can't you just be 2 hours?
I know.
Can't you just be 2 hours?"
Why can't these things be hour 45?
But then the movie started and I was fucking just locked in,
Yeah.
and I didn't even care about the passage of time. And then I cared about the passage of time again. And by the end of the film, I was like, "You should have cut 17 minutes of this film."
Yeah.
Great time though.
Yeah, probably
Definitely
could've.
watch it. I think
No,
there's
phenomenal.
a particular character that is going to tickle your anus
Yes.
to pure joy and delight throughout the film.
Wonderful.
Which one's that?
Ruffalo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, Ruffalo is
so
just
fucking
just
good.
magic.
Yeah.
Magic. If maybe a little bit overused. Toni Collette underused.
Yeah.
Grossly underused. Best actor in that film. Grossly underused.
She's usually the best actor.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, Robert Pattinson's the best actor on the
The
planet.
Pale Man.
So
Oh,
I thought. Oh, I'm sorry. Glenn Powell is the most electric actor on the planet.
Yeah,
Robert
yeah, that's
Pattinson
true.
is the best
Yes,
actor on the
actor,
planet.
accurate.
Robert Pattinson's performance in that movie is just outstanding and
yeah,
spectacular.
He's
great.
wonderful.
And that's all I watched.
wow.
Wow, short
Wow.
list.
Can we short pause because I have to poop real bad?
Yeah, but we're keeping that. Lay it on, miss.
I finally saw The Monkey.
Oh yeah.
That is my fucking #1 movie of the year.
Yeah. It's so
It's
good.
so
Not bad.
fucking good.
It's
so
great,
good.
right?
It's going to be gone.
Oh.
By the time I have time, it's going to be gone.
I kind of agree with your review in that it's almost like it's too like the message isn't coming across because it's too simple of a thing.
Okay.
Because I love the whole death comes for everybody thing.
Yeah.
Because right before having seen that movie, I had heard someone say the statement that the actual only biological thing that's true about humans is that we die. That's the only thing that's true that we know that we all go. And so then after watching that movie, I was like, oh, I love that this movie's talking about that.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of I don't think a lot of movies do talk about death as an overbearing thing a lot.
And
but
to do
as
it
many-
with cynical, fun behavior.
Exactly.
And to go back to Mickey 17, that was a weird crossover for me with these two movies too. Like Mickey 17
Yeah.
being about
Yep.
this guy who just dies all the time, and it feels like to me like if my thesis was like you die a little every day. It's kind of how the Mickey 17 thing is, especially under capitalism. But like that juxtaposed with the monkey doing it, another like death is coming for us all. It just feels
Monkey 17.
Yeah, that's good. But it's interesting that they're doing that.
Admittedly, that first time that I saw it, I was like, I think my friends are gonna fucking love this movie, and I tried like really hard to be like, it's very good.
Yeah,
We kind of just chill about it. Right? It's gonna be chill.
But yeah, it's like what Michael Caine says in The Prestige when he's talking about Christian Bale's act when he first premieres The Transported Man. He's like, the trick's too good, and you said you did it too simply when he first does
Yeah.
it like on that small stage, and he's like, like no one got how great that was because you did it too, in this case, like too schlocky, I guess,
yeah.
maybe. So
schlocky, and I don't think people expected it to be a funny movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Every negative review that I've read so far has been like, this is a funny movie.
Yeah,
I've been
man,
like,
I don't
I don't know why you're upset.
because it has it got marketed like a James Wan movie.
It did, yeah.
You know, and not an Osgood Perkins thing. So no one was really expecting the nuance of it because James Wan stuff is kind of right at your face.
Well, I think.
You know what I mean?
I think yeah, but I think also at the same time, like I think it was marketed as an Osgood Perkins movie. If you knew what Osgood Perkins' vibe is, right?
And to be fair, his movies aren't really like the Osgood Perkins vibe.
Yeah.
You know? Like, there's a dark, acerbic thing in Long Legs. It's there if you're looking for it. But, like, you hear him talk about his movies, and you get it. But you're like, that's not what you really get, the main flavor of his movies, until The Monkey, I think.
Oh, I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, too, like, they're coming off the Long Legs, which was very successful. So, like, from a marketing standpoint, you want to market it as the guy who just did Long Legs has this movie.
Yeah.
And it's obviously a very different movie.
Didn't Christian? I think Christian was the marketing guy behind this one too.
Yeah.
The Beyond Fest guy,
Yeah.
because he was the marketing mastermind behind Long Legs.
Did a great job.
Did a great job. What else did you watch, bud?
I watched the worst movie of this year so far, which is Captain America: Brave New World. Fuck that movie, dude. Oh my god,
It's that bad?
Fuck it so much.
It's that bad?
yeah,
I
dude.
mean, I didn't like it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's so unbelievably boring. It's just like,
Yeah.
and it had so much opportunity to like make a statement in so many ways, like to be like actually be brave in what it wanted to say, but it just it cowards out.
It's just a fart sound.
It's just it's stupid. We don't get Red Hulk until like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
That's insane.
Really?
Yeah,
That's insane.
all I was here for was Red Ford, and I don't get it till the last 10 minutes of the movie. I was so fucking mad.
That's insane.
Is it at least nice to see Harrison Ford like in the element that you know that he is in real life, just angry?
I don't know. They kind of neuter him a little bit in this. He's not even like that angry.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Except for the flashback of him with the mustache on on the press conference. It's like, this goddamn... Just yelling. Yeah, it was a weird movie, man.
And tonight's movie, that's it.
Wow.
Austin, what you watch?
I told you nothing.
Yeah.
We already did this. That's why we talked about Yellowjackets.
Oh, that's right. I watched a bunch of stuff, so strap in.
Oh, sir.
I watched the Vourdalak,
Oh, yeah.
the French movie about the folk vampire tale, kind of
I
an
still
OG.
want this.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
The Vourdalak?
Yeah, the Vourdalak. Have you seen anything about this? It's on Shudder right now. It's about this French dandy who comes into a town.
I mean, that is by all accounts a French
90% sure I went to high school with a guy with that exact last name.
the Vourdalak.
Yeah, like Nick
It's
Vourdalak.
pretty good. The effect, I don't really know who it's for because it's kind of funny. It's a little spooky. The main vampire is just like a puppet, but like a really cool looking puppet mannequin thing. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
Like it's clear, like no person is in makeup or under a thing for that. It's too gaunt. It's a weird fucking time, but Jess and I both liked it. So take that for what you will. If you're into like a weird little French folk horror thing,
Sure.
French folk horror comedy. And Shudder also got the other Russell Crowe Exorcist movie, The Exorcism.
Oh.
The meta one, right?
Yep, directed by. I'm forgetting it. Joshua John Miller, who is the son of Jason Miller, who was Father Karras in The Exorcist.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I did hear about this.
And the movie is this. Joshua John Miller is also Homer in Near Dark, the kid. So like he was an actor too.
Oh, it's directed by him?
Yeah.
Oh, wild. And that his dad? Really?
His dad is Jason Miller. Yeah.
Wild.
So it's fucking The Exorcist exists in this universe, but like the movie's about this about Russell Crowe being an alcoholic actor who takes the role in this exorcism movie and becomes possessed in the movie, but like Jason Miller was an alcoholic, didn't have a great his son didn't have a great upbringing with him, so it's that, very fucking interesting stuff here. And I've heard nothing but shit reviews of this movie.
Nothing but shit reviews.
It's okay. Like, it's pretty good. It's honestly better than any of those reviews would suggest they are. You could tell at certain points, like, you could tell the note was like, needs to be scarier, right? there's a certain point, like a third act thing kicks in. You're like, okay, this isn't interesting anymore. I don't really know why we're here. But like, it's shot well, it's performed well. Like Russell Crowe's doing a thing, and it has this really interesting layer underneath it all. Like, worth your fucking time.
Didn't Williamson write it or produce it?
I don't think he wrote it, but there was
Produced it. He was attached. I remember at one point.
Some connection there, but yeah, it was definitely better than the world would lead you to believe. So yeah, just give that a shot.
There you go. The Exorcism.
I watched David Lynch, The Art Life.
The documentary?
The documentary.
Yeah. I heard this is just superb.
It's superb. It's just basically about, it's mostly just about like his like art, you know, his mixed media sort of stuff. And it's about him living in the hills and talking about his early life to basically up until Eraserhead. Who he was hanging out with, who he went to school with,
Interesting.
how he got into art, and just him ripping cigs, fucking slathering paint and weird stuff on his canvases in his Hollywood Hills home with his 2-year-old daughter around many sharp objects. And it's just it's David Lynch talking about his life for 2 hours. It's phenomenal. It's a great doc on top of it. So
Fuck yeah.
very inspiring. You know, there's all the reason in the world to watch it now, but definitely give that a shot. All right, you guys ready for this?
I don't know.
Are you ready for this?
I'll never know.
The next installment in the Wong Kar Wai extravaganza. Who's ready for it? Because I've got one for you. I watched 2046. This is a direct sequel to In the Mood for Love.
You hear that, Liam?
Yeah, Liam, I hope you're watching these. Dude, this is the right time for you to be watching them, too. I wish I watched all these in college. 2046, again, sequel to In the Mood for Love. This might be my favorite of his movies.
Wow.
Now, it takes, like, In the Mood for Love, notably one of the most romantic, like, movies about, like, longing for something you can't have, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, or may not ever get. So it follows the Tony Leung character 10 years after. He, like, goes back to the place where he was living with Maggie Chung, who he was in love with, and just, like, lives for 10 more years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an author who's, like, writing this sci-fi allegory. So, like, it cuts to this, like, other sci-fi fictional world that he's writing with all these people in his life popping up in. So it's got a weird sci-fi overtone to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very fucking sad.
Wow.
But it's great. Masterpiece of a movie.
Wow.
And that was the Wong Kar Wai world.
Wow.
Yeah, there's one more of his I desperately want to watch, but doesn't exist in the right format anywhere except disc.
What does that mean?
There is a director's cut that is 17 minutes longer that I hear is much better, and that doesn't exist streamable.
Got it.
Yeah.
I was browsing his section in Cinephile.
Hell yeah, you were.
Which is right next to the new Paper Heroes.
Oh,
Really?
What a day.
Yeah.
They opened that. Wait, where's the Paper Heroes?
You were in Disneyland, I think, but I had to drop off Sorrel in the West Side, so I know that there was a new Paper Heroes over there. So when I parked in front of Paper Heroes, I looked and Cinephile was right fucking there.
Holy
and
shit.
of course, these fucking stores don't open till like noon or 1 for some fucking reason.
Not Cinephile, though.
Not Cinephile, so I browsed there, overstimulated. Too much.
They have all.
That's
of,
where all the
of
movies live now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
It was funny because I think that one of the first movies that like looked at me when I walked in was Dead and Breakfast.
Okay.
Osgood Perkins thing. Yeah. And I wanted that real bad.
How much time did you spend in the porn section? That is not hidden.
This is the Wong Kar Wai section, correct?
Yeah. It's actually, or no, porn's on the left, Wong Kar Wai's on the right, I think.
If you're the Wong Kar Wai section is probably under directors, and they have they have a whole just aisles of just directors.
But it's
Yeah.
confusing because the sign says this Wong Kar Wai. So you go
Saw
there.
it brewing.
No, but I remember walking in there for the first time and like just kind of browsing, like because all the horror and like the Euro trash is all in kind of like one area.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like looking through everything. Their horror selection is just incredible, especially in like the DVD area. So you're walking through, you're looking through all of them, and you're like, okay. Oh, Vinegar Syndrome. Oh, cool, you got Vinegar Syndrome. Nice. Oh, those are tits. That's a bush. That's a vagina.
Yeah, that's what I learned while I was in there.
what a
Was
vagina
apparently
was?
is Vinegar Syndrome first a smut thing?
I mean,
first?
Vinegar Syndrome.
What does that mean?
what is
Vinegar
that?
strokes.
Well, that's not where that comes
Wait.
That's not where that comes from.
Really? Oh no, we talked about this.
Vinegar Strokes is from the league.
Yeah. We talked about this. The vinegar, which I learned that's not originally from the league. I don't think That's a thing. That's
They're referencing
Amazing.
something.
They're referencing something. You're right. Vinegar. Yes, vinegar syndrome has to do with the degradation of cellulite.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Thank you. I had this same
much more
embarrassing moment.
innocent. It's when you're fucking. You're about to blow.
I mean,
Well,
look
but
at their
then again-
movies, and you're like, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
I mean,
it's
yeah.
like down to the
sinful
fucking
dwarf.
Yeah.
or the low. Oh, that's
Oh,
Severin.
that's Severin.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
idiot.
Howling 2.
Yeah,
Sturba.
Yeah, Sturbo.
Werewolf.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Your sister's a werewolf. Or just the logo with the woman, right?
Yeah, on the yellow leg.
Yeah, or their fucking intro to onto their label intro every time, like their fanfare.
Porn
It's
music.
fucking porn music.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
But you looked at the Wong Kar Wai section. Did anything
did.
jump out at you?
Well, I saw In the Mood for Love, and then
Yeah.
I saw everything else, and I was like, I need to wait for Curtis to keep going.
I need to. Well, there's one more I want to watch. So you could start. You should start now.
Okay.
Start with In the Mood for Love,
Okay.
and then maybe Chungking Express.
Okay.
Yeah. Do
It's
that.
so hard to convince because Sorrel always wants to watch nice romantic movies, right? And I'm trying to tell her,
there.
no, there's these.
It's
or
right
like,
there.
or a Linklater movie. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, I want.
13 going on 30.
Yeah, exactly. or
Sorry, Sorrel, that's
what's his name? Hunky, the most electric man on film.
Oh, Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
I mean,
anything
sure,
Glenn Powell.
I get it.
Yeah, I know, I get it too. But Hitman, that's why Hitman. It's like we're right in the middle there. So
Yeah.
let's keep
no,
going.
it's great. 100%. I want to watch The Grandmaster, and it's him like doing. Tony Leung plays Ip Man in The Grandmaster, but doesn't exist in the right format. I know. It looks fucking awesome. That's Wong Kar Wai doing the fucking awesome thing. Anyway, that's been the international intersection.
Oh yeah, because I was looking for Swordman 2.
Yeah.
Because you cannot find that
No.
movie.
They have it.
They did. They
For
definitely
sure
have
they
it.
You can also
I
look it up on
checked
their
it out.
website if they
Yeah.
have. You could, but I guarantee you, they have it.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna get it and like pass it around to you guys because it's
Hell
very
yeah.
hard to find.
The,
but-
there,
I want it.
There has been exactly one movie that I've not been able to find at Cinephile.
oh, nice.
What was
Okay,
that?
cool.
I don't remember what it was called, but there was one
Doesn't
movie.
exist anymore.
It can't exist.
Okay, I watched Nickel Boys for Oscar stuff.
Yeah!
'Cause
Ooh.
Dude, that movie is a masterpiece.
I want to see it. That
It's
stars
so fucking
a
good.
Burroughs kid. He's one of the main
A what?
guys. Burroughs, this high school I played for.
Oh, no shit.
He was in that program a few years ago. Now
Incredible.
He's in movies.
An incredible, like, masterful undertaking of a thing that shouldn't work, but it does and does in a way that I've never experienced before. The whole film is shot through a POV. Like, you're looking at first person.
Yeah, me and Maddie clocked that during the the
Ethan
Oscars.
Hurries.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Oscars
He's
clips
great.
they were playing.
And it works. And I never got sick of it. It was always engrossing. Daveed Diggs is in it. And that is one of the best films of the last
And they
year,
also
for sure.
cast a bunch of people that were in that program. Yes, am I thinking of
I
something?
think
else?
you're thinking of Sing Sing.
I think of Sing Sing. Yeah. The other black
I was
one.
like but I was thinking the only problem with that is most of those kids are dead.
Uh-oh. Lucas makes one dog joke, and here we are.
On that note, I watched Emilia Perez.
Oof.
And
Well, I'm kind of like, oh, why did this take up so much of our time?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
why?
Sure.
Did you watch it?
No, I'm not going to.
It is absurd. I honestly didn't know what it was about, and it starts, and I'm like, holy shit, this is what this movie's about. Zoe Saldana is actually great in it, so like,
Right.
well, good for her. She was good. But this every time I knew it was a musical.
Yeah.
Every time a new song started, I was like, this is a musical. Like just the biggest whiplash you've ever seen.
and the fact that the penis vagina song wasn't nominated at all. No way. You've not heard this song
No.
from this movie?
No.
This can stay because this is what it sounds like. Penis vagina. Penis vagina. That's
Really?
yes.
That's Oscar caliber lyric
amazing.
writing.
I wanted it. It should have been nominated.
Did
That
I
would
Just
have
for
been
the
great
fucking
just to see
yucks.
it perform.
And
Just
it
to see
beat-
like Trey Parker
Also
and Matt
beat
Stone
Elton
perform
John for an
it.
original
It
song.
beats Elton.
I know. I'm still salty about that.
That's insane.
Just the fact that any song beat a song written by Elton John and Brandy Carlisle
I
is
know.
insane.
It's
That's
crazy.
insane.
and it happened.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
I watched Birdeater, an Aussie movie. Birdeater.
Oh,
Birdeater. Yeah, that was better. Thank you.
right? Oi, pet. I ain't eat a fuck spiders.
It sounds
That's
just like a
for
character from that
Dr. Horse and Tristan.
from that fucking movie. It is an Ozploitation. It's a new movie, but clearly made by people who love shit like Wake and Fright in like the 70s. exploitation, just freak out movies, you know? So it's about friends going to a bachelor party and they have a fucking freak out for 2 hours.
Fantastic.
I loved it up to a certain point.
That was
and
Austin's
I think
bachelor party.
Yeah.
it honestly was.
But it was 3 days. And it took me a week to come back.
Yeah, that does track for this. I recommend it especially if you're into that sort of thing. You know if you are already. So it's a weird time. I don't think it lands all of its blows, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
I watched Party Girl for the first time. Everyone seen Party Girl?
No. I
No.
haven't.
Basically, the thing that put Parker Posey on the map. A weird movie, a rough movie, in a rough way, and like made with a lot of wonky edges to it. You know, and like it doesn't feel finished at times.
Okay.
But Parker Posey, you're just like, yeah, I get it. Like, it's one of the most charming, entertaining, funny people to watch ever.
Right.
So like, it's worth it. It's like 80 minutes. Like, worth it for that alone. I watched a movie called Mayhem. I've been meaning to watch this for a hot minute.
With Stephen Yeun?
No.
Oh.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, this is a Xavier Gens movie. He's a new French extremist. Also made he's made a couple Hollywood things at this point. He made Under Paris, the new shark movie
the shark
from last
one?
year. He made a Hitman movie, so he's been doing other stuff. This was billed as kind of one of those, like a Gareth Evans-esque like fight movie.
Mm-hmm.
When it does that shit, it does it hard in rules. Takes a little bit to get there. It's got a little bit long-winded on the front half, but it's cool as fuck. It's about basically a Frenchman in Thailand,
Okay.
where he has bad stuff happen to his family and he wants revenge. You know,
Hell yeah.
as they do.
Sure,
So,
as one does.
and when it rips, it fucking rips.
Nice.
Speaking of rip, I watched A Dark Song.
Yeah.
Guys, I had this on my list for a long fucking time. We might cover this on the
Wait,
show at
is
some
this-
point.
Is this that Australian movie about magic? Is it Australian?
A Dark Song? No.
Yes.
It's not. It's about
But it is
magic.
about magic.
It's specific flavor of magic. but
Yeah.
yeah.
The dark
I
kind.
want this movie.
So
What
fucking,
it does,
you will love it.
What it does with the process of communicating with other energies, demons, angels, that sort of shit, is the coolest thing I've ever
Because
seen.
it's magic with a K. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
very much that.
Is that Post Malone
It's not Post Malone.
in the back? Is that kind of like Post Malone?
It.
It rips and roars
They're just like, I heard you guys were doing magic.
in a way that it's a slow burn. It doesn't actually rip and roar, but like if you like this sort of shit, it like does the demon communication thing in a way that you've never seen before.
And genuinely eerie.
It is.
To your point, like tonally, it's very, very, very slow.
Yeah, but I was never bored.
No,
Like,
never
fucking bored.
Because it's fascinating with the way that they're portraying, as you just said, right? Just portraying the communication with the other world. They eventually do a thing that I don't care for. In the middle, towards the end, like 3/4.
Is it a musical number?
No, no.
Penis vagina.
Dead penis. Dead vagina.
This is the Dark Song.
But I thought the movie like was harrowing to watch at times.
Yeah, it's like a few pretty big choices away from like a perfect masterpiece to me. Like it's knocking on that door, so there you go.
That's pretty great.
This was on my list for y'all motherfuckers need Satan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually almost, for this theme, picked movies about magic with a K. Hard to pick out because it's like I don't think a lot of movies do this that aren't just straight witchcraft, and I wanted it to be about like what this is talking about. But
Yeah.
Or
So
do
I-
it right.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I
exactly.
mean? This, to my understanding, was really well researched. At least the research that I conducted
Yeah.
indicated that it was a very well researched movie.
He did his own research.
Well, no, I was curious because what they do with it is so like it's just so specific, and everything feels very much like it feels very well researched. Then when I was curious, and I remember correctly, it was thoroughly researched and is accurate?
Yeah.
Question mark? I don't know.
There's moments in like Nosferatu where like, oh, fucking, he looked up shit.
Of course I did.
You know, like that's the little.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly I don't want to talk about it more because there's a chance we do this at some point on the show.
Yeah,
'Cause
it looks great.
it's phenomenal. I watched a movie that's a weird good follow up to it and would fit this theme pretty closely. I watched Dagon. for the first time.
Stuart Gordon.
The Stuart Gordon
Stuart
movie.
Gordon.
Wow, what a fucking knocked in the head, broken ass thing that
Lovecraft-
still
Lovecraft, baby.
really kind of
Yeah.
works.
Except the CG.
Oh, yeah. God damn.
CG 's
You're just
so
like,
bad.
so many times you're like, oh, we're still on it. We're still looking at it.
Yeah,
Why are
yeah.
we-
Oh, you were confident.
For real, the CG like knocked it down
Yeah,
a
it's
couple.
2001.
Yeah, it knocked it down the stars for me.
Yeah, that's rough. But like, honestly, for as goofy as it is, gets basically Shadow over Innsmouth is kind of the Lovecraft story it takes most from, about like a kind of a cursed river town that people start turning into like fish monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And it does that Lovecraft shit better than anything I've ever seen, probably. That specific type of Lovecraft shit.
Right.
And it like is pretty eerie somehow.
This was one of the 3 movies that I had selected for my pick for this series.
Dagon?
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously, it did not win, but
Yeah.
Right.
Could have worked. And it still can work. You know, if one of us wants to select it, it's still out there. But yeah, I can't say that we'll all like love it, but it's a good goddamn time.
There you go.
And
Stuart
after
Gordon.
that, it's Stuart Gordon. After that, I watched one of the greatest American movies ever made, The Insider. You know, there's no punchline to this. The Insider is actually one of the greatest movies ever made. A Michael Mann movie from 1999.
I don't know.
99, one of the best film years of all time. This is about the true story of 60 Minutes kind of breaking the whistleblower case on tobacco companies back when
Oh.
tobacco companies were like, nicotine's not addictive or a drug. And everyone was just like, okay, we believe you. Lucas is ripping a little flume right now. And it's so prescient that it's starring Al Pacino, Russell Crowe, 2 of the other best actors alive, just throwing haymakers as performances. It's one of the best looking movies ever. It's so engaging and intriguing for a thing that could just be, it is just people in rooms talking. But it's also that scary, prescient sort of thematic thing where you're like, oh yeah, we at one time just like accepted that people told us nicotine wasn't addictive or a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like experiencing a thing a day like that now.
Right.
Where we just know like
Right.
the government's telling us that, no, this isn't a problem. We're like,
Yeah.
no, this is fine. We're doing it. And you're just like, no, this is not. This is going to be illegal and inhumane.
Yeah.
If our government still exists in 15 years.
Right.
Like,
Right.
we will be looked upon very stupidly
Yes.
for all the stuff we put
Yes.
up with.
Yeah.
So it's one of those like always translatable cautionary tales about.
Depressing and
Yeah.
interesting.
But it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. So there you
Wow.
go.
Wow.
And those are all the movies I want to talk about right now.
Interesting. I saw something else on your diary, and I was like, "Oh, I might pick that." Interesting.
That's why those are the only movies I want to talk about.
Fair
right
enough.
Really? Because you
I don't
rewatched
know.
something that I was shocked to see your stars rating on. You don't want to talk about that?
No, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not talking about it. We're
Okay.
not talking about it.
Okay, we're not talking about it.
If you've seen my letterbox, there are more than one movies that I haven't spoken about.
I did, but there's one in particular that I'm like,
Okay.
I know that we both watched this, and I know that we shared the same sentiment.
Okay.
And I'm like, you went up like, you like tripled it.
We'll see. I'm not talking about that. movie
Okay,
right
fine.
now.
Cody, do you have treats?
Baskin Robbins.
Damn it, that was a good one though.
That bitch, Carol Baskin. Baskin. We're watching Baskin.
Yeah, that
I
was about the
almost-
only good in.
I almost texted you two, but I was like, no, I'm gonna get too giggly. I'll go last, and I'll say all I watched was a documentary about making ice cream
Yeah.
to try and trick him.
Yeah.
Or you could have just said you watched Tiger King.
It's not a movie.
That's too obvious.
Not gonna lie, the ice cream one I would have been like that. The Carol Baskin one wouldn't have jumped to that. That would have taken me a couple of
Right,
minutes.
Yeah.
right.
Dang, yeah. We need to bring back the text chain.
We're
on
there.
this.
we gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta
No,
start.
no, don't do that.
We
I'm
gotta
not in there. I don't like that.
We gotta start getting them again.
Wait, what's-
Or we're gonna start doing it where like not the last person sets it up,
Yeah,
so you're not.
that's
you're
what
caught
it
off
is.
Wait,
guard.
well, hold on, but I'm curious. Like with the text thread that doesn't have Curtis in it, it's called Curtis is too tall.
Yes.
The text thread that doesn't have Lucas in it is called Nosferatu's.
Yeah.
What's the text message thread that I'm not in
I
called?
think it's called Cody Sucks.
It's called Fucks with Cody.
Yeah, fucks with
Fucks
Cody.
with Cody.
F-U-X.
Just all-
F-U-X.
Just all plots to mess
I
with
like
you.
that more than Cody sucks.
Fucks with Cody. I remember the UX. I thought it was Sucks. Cody Sucks. No, it's fucks fucks with Cody.
Still to this day, one of the funniest moments that I've
And
ever
then we have
experienced
the-
was when we were talking about passports. And Lucas was like, "Oh yeah, it's Cody is gay 6969."
When I had to call that out when we did our Hollow stream across the deck, I remember Jessica would be like, "Oh, like I expected better." You guys.
That's where you fucked up.
Yeah.
Because we are childish and stupid.
Okay.
And ours is like the People's Liberation Front against Austin or something.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? There's one without me?
Yeah.
Of course there is. Not anymore. Blocking that.
No, not on just mine.
Don't worry, I'll get it going again.
I'm calling Verizon.
All right, let's see if we can manage to do this in 1 minute.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
Okay, I'll go
You can either
second.
can or you can't.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Anyone else hear that?
I'll boost
Yes,
it.
I hear it. I hear it as well.
No.
I'll boost.
Okay, Cody's gonna start this. We're talking.
So I'm third?
Yeah.
Okay.
2016. When did this movie come out, Cody?
2016.
2016's Turkish delight, Baskin. In
Turkey.
3, 2,
Merhaba.
1.
A group of police officers are hanging out in a restaurant in the middle of nowhere. A cultist guy, comes up and has a bucket, and he hands it to some people in there. Anyway, they start fighting inside, and they harass one of the people that work there. Anyway, they get a call and they leave. They get in their police van and they start driving.
They start driving and then they're singing a song. And then some guys in the road, they hit them, and then they go into the river. And they get out of the river. There's a bunch of weirdos telling them that they're really close to where the call came from. So they go to the big ass abandoned place that's a police officer station that I got the call from.
So they go in and they see this guy like banging his head against the wall, and he's like catatonic, and they're like, "What's going on here?" And then it gets just fucking crazy, and they go downstairs, and there's like Silent Hill people with bags on their heads, freaking out, and they're naked, and eventually the two of them get kidnapped, and also we're flashing back to the.
Everyone is chained against the wall. Then they reveal the big cult leader guy, and he goes to the first guy, stabs his eyes out, and says, "Oh, you gotta join us." And then that doesn't work, and so then he fucks the thing. And then he goes to the captain, and then he doesn't work, and then they go to the young boy, and he has a dream, and he comes back.
Oh man!
There was no world in which we were going to get through that in a minute.
Oh, fucked up.
There is so much that happens in that movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
wild.
we coulda, but
We coulda.
we
Probably
did pretty good. All
There's
things
a lot
considered.
of vibe. Like
Yeah.
once
There's a lot
we
of
hit
vibe.
the police station, it's more vibe.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's explaining the wraparound nature of it all.
Yeah.
You kind of
Yes,
have to,
which-
like,
Because it's funny because the police station happens at exactly halfway point, and that's where
Yeah.
you started, and that's
Yeah.
where we were.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly halfway.
So before we begin, I just want to say something quickly,
Yes.
guys. I love this fucking movie.
Before we begin,
I would like to say, I love this fucking movie.
I would like to say I watched like up to the needle is going like is falling.
I agree.
Falling.
I
and
agree.
Then we get to the thing, and it goes whoop.
yeah.
First 40, I'm totally with you. First 45, I'm like, a little slow, not super it. And then once we hit fucking Pinhead Silent Hill, I'm like, fuck, yeah.
yeah.
Fuck, yeah. And the whole rest of the movie, I'm in.
And I
Loved it.
encourage you to watch it again.
I will
because
gladly.
the first time I saw it, I felt the same way, and then this time, knowing what's coming, I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, because there's got to be so much if the way this movie ends is what's suggesting, if it is what it's suggesting, that they're just caught in this like dream
Yeah.
loop thing of like hell.
They know it's noted throughout the film. It's noted.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool.
Curtis, you describe your experience.
Describe my experience.
Yes.
First 10 minutes, I was like, I don't know. You're just like doing bad Reservoir Dogs. I don't like it. I don't. It's just like the talking.
sure, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever. And then I'm fucking obviously it's all shot at night and looks gorgeous. So I'm like, this looks
Great.
incredible.
Yep.
Really
They get
great.
to Baby Father and fuck
Baba.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't love time loop movies.
Yeah.
I just like
No.
don't love them. I did really enjoy my time with this.
I
But
love
I'm
them
like,
when it's a satanic ritual.
yeah. I did still always there's still like always a structure to how they're like unraveled that just doesn't quite work for me. Like just the way it's treated as like the big like, oh fuck your mind reveal sort of thing. I'm like, tell me that up front, honestly. It's more interesting if you tell me. I don't know. I'm sure it is still interesting on rewatch, but like
Torturing cops.
look great.
Yeah.
Don't get me
love
wrong.
that.
I'm just saying. It's
be clear.
it is a trope that is not my favorite. This movie fucks in more ways than one.
That's fair, and I honestly agree, and I think it didn't bug me in this because it only comes up in the last 5-10 seconds. Like it's such an insignificant part of the story. I was more like, oh, that's really interesting.
But then
and I was able to move, like we didn't sit in it, and like I didn't have to think about all the implications. I was just like, that's very interesting.
But then once you know it, right? Like then I don't know. I sat there. I sit there and I think about like all of the implications that come up as a result of that. Just that last 10 seconds, were like that. The whole movie is that like they've literally just been living in this, and the idea that like the notion that they have been like progressing through it and trying to hack how to figure it out. Like that moment when the one guy that I think keeps calling him boss. I don't know his name.
Like
is
his
in the
uncle.
film. Yeah, his uncle.
Yeah.
Him and the younger guy are sitting across the table, and the
Right.
young guy tells him the story, right? And then the other guy's like, "Can I tell you a secret?" Right? And then he's like, "Do you see anybody else in here?" Right? And then everybody's gone. And then he says the whole thing like where he's like, "This is the first time that anybody else has been able to see it." I'm like, "Oh, this has just been how many times have they gone through this?"
Right.
Right? How many times have they just been stuck in this hellhole?
So is this also suggesting that like as they loop through, the young guy is kind of figuring it out because he's like going in and out of a dream state, which is maybe the real world or maybe another reality that he's kind of blinking in and out of?
I don't think that it's necessarily like, oh, you mean because like there'll be the moments where they flash back where they're in the restaurant, it's him and the uncle talking.
Yeah.
I think maybe because like I think the implication is that it's always it's the young cop's like nightmare just relived over and over and over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
But the thing that I've never quite understood is how it gets from the nightmare that takes place is one that happens when he's a kid. But obviously this is all happening years later when he's an adult, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember there's one theory that I heard about that Big Baby Daddy is actually his friend that dies.
In the fairy story?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's actually his friend. And that, like, but that's like what he grew up to become. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I buy into that. But it's an interesting. It's an interesting.
I don't know.
Is there any evidence for that? Is it just like that's a take?
I think it's just a take. I've never found. Yeah. Smoking some ganj. Yeah, smoking some ganj. I mean, let's be honest. This is a movie. To smoke some ganj and watch.
Does that mean that his mom is the cow skull lady?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, because she burst that.
Yeah,
thing.
because at the beginning of the movie, she's like getting railed on.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
There are through lines that like that is maybe a thing. I just don't know if I buy into it.
I so appreciate the writing of this movie because they are cops and then they do immediately the shitty thing and start bullying the restaurant guy. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I do care if these guys make it out.
Yeah, you care. You know, great character building. I think.
Yeah. Case in point, them singing that song on the little bus.
Yes.
That's where you're like, oh, these guys are just...
Yeah, they're just having a good time. Yeah.
Hilarious. It's fantastic.
Do we think this... Now, without getting into how many internet theories are out there, which we can bring up, obviously, but do we think this movie's solvable, and does it matter?
No and no.
No and no.
No and no.
My reading was more like, I think they're just in hell.
Same.
And this is their current torture.
And what do you...
just relive this nightmare forever?
And I'm honestly asking for help here too. At the same time, what do we make of like the characters who die in these scenarios?
My read is that it's the sin they commit is bullying, being bullies and assholes at the restaurant, right? Mm-hmm. And that somehow the people that work there are involved with the cult in some way, shape, or form, right?
Because the cult brings them the meat or something.
Yeah. Right.
Before, we don't know, but maybe before the time loop starts.
Perhaps, right. We don't really know, but back to your point about maybe not being solvable. Then to the point about them getting punished and the people that die, I think this is their punishment for their crimes, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't take note of how the people that are sort of passively involved with the confrontation in the restaurant like the order in which they die. But obviously, right, the guy that beats the shit out of the kid, right, he gets like
He gets the eye.
he's the eyes.
Yeah, he gets, and then he gets to fuck the lady.
Right, the guy that gets his
It gets to.
Yeah.
he gets to.
I mean,
He caught on real quick.
yeah.
He only was assisted like a couple pumps, and then he's like, "Okay, I got it.
Yes,
This
God.
is not bad."
I know I could be blind and do this.
Although with that part, I'm like, wait, which hole? Because he was talking about the butt. Or he was talking about the butt earlier.
He was
He
talking
was.
about the
Which
butt
hole?
earlier.
Right.
He was.
But I.
It'd
but
been
I
better if he was fucking a guy in that scene.
Yeah.
But then it couldn't have bird something. But still could have.
Yeah. Whatever. Look,
Yeah.
we're in hell.
We're in
We're in
nightmare.
But then the other guy that gets his intestines pulled out of
Yeah.
him, right? I don't remember, like, if he does if he plays a significant role in the restaurant sequence at the beginning.
Right.
I love that Baba, by the way, as he pulls the intestines out, just like roti wrapping them,
Yes. Yeah.
and then just throws
Yeah,
it.
right. Spent all that time and then throws it.
Yeah.
But it's It's an interesting point. I kind of in the end kind of rest my laurels on like they're all implicated in the crime by being there. It's just a matter of why the one guy is the anchor for the time loop
Yeah.
and his dream, right? And how that
Sure.
all kind of plays into it and that trauma from him being a kid. So
Sure.
does it make sense? Questionable. Do I care? Absolutely.
How about them big hands?
Them big hands.
When he's like in the pool and looking
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that's the one that
yeah.
got my attention.
Yeah.
And like, I'm
Dude,
leaning
some
forward.
of the visuals and the camera work and lighting, like this thing is made really well.
The lighting.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Really
Well,
good.
it was a short film.
Has anyone seen that?
Oh, was it?
I saw the short film. Like when I watched the movie for the first time, I saw the short film. Remember when this came out? I was like trying to find it everywhere.
Yeah.
I think I had to find it through nefarious means.
Sure.
But I think I remember watching the short film on YouTube around that time, and I don't remember much about it, but I remember thinking that it fucking ripped and roared.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, for like legitimately, I think there's an argument that this is the best Silent Hill movie made.
Yeah. Probably like the third best Hellraiser movie. Too.
Like once we get into that, like for me,
Yeah.
there was serious Silent Hill vibes just in the way the things like kind of like jittered
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
moved and the
Yeah.
aesthetic and the vibe, and I was like, this is better than the Silent
It's
Hill
got,
movie.
it's
Yeah.
got, yeah, it's like
this guy should make a Silent Hill movie.
Silent
Yeah.
Hill, Hellraiser, and a little bit of Martyrs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly with the bandage over their eyes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which is very much like the Martyrs. They've got the metal plate that's
Right.
over their eyes, right? But it's that same like it's so that image in itself is so haunting to me.
Yeah.
In both Martyrs and in this.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastically well done. And Turkish,
Turkish.
my people.
Okay, so while this movie was playing,
Yes.
did you ever call to Kaylin?
She was not in the house.
Oh.
Did you call
I recognize some words.
what do you call your father-in-law again?
Yeni Baba.
Did you call Yenny Baba? And
I
ask
did
him-
not, but I'm gonna tell him about this movie.
Yeah,
he's not gonna like it.
Do you think Yenny Baba's
I
seen the
want to
movie?
watch it with him real bad. I do not think Yeni Baba has seen this movie.
No.
No,
Do you
no.
think Yenny Baba will like it?
For anyone listening or watching who doesn't know, my wife is half Turkish. Her father is from Izmir, so he is fully Turkish, and so that's why these questions are happening.
Yeah.
I would gladly watch this movie with him. I think he'll hate it or be very confused. I think it'll damage our relationship,
No.
but it's not great
No,
anyway,
make
so it's fine.
No, keep Kaylin in the room. All three
Yeah,
of you
yeah.
watch it.
No, I agree.
Okay.
I gladly. The next time I'm at his house, I'm gonna hey, there's a Turkish horror movie that I really like. We can watch together.
like.
Do you think he'll laugh? Would you ask him, do 70% of Turkish men lose their virginity to chickens?
I could while we're watching. Like, is that true? Because I didn't know that.
Did that happen to you?
Yeah. Was that you, Yeni Baba?
Oh, he's took you for a chicken fucker.
But no, I recognized ekmek, the word bread. There was one scene where
Okay.
they said bread and butter. I was like, oh, ekmek, I got that. That's about the extent of my Turkish knowledge. I think this year, I think I'll be eligible to get my Turkish passport.
Oh no shit.
Oh,
I
shit.
think once Kayla and I are married 3 years, I can get a Turkish passport.
Nice.
Nice.
We are married. We are 3 years. We got married in 21. Yeah, I can get one now.
Wait, so
Bye, everyone.
So is that just like by right? Like
Jeff has one.
really?
No shit.
Yeah, Jeff has a Turkish passport.
Pert?
Passport.
So just
Well,
by
How-
no, because I was thinking because it says erkek on it, which is man. because he texted us. It was like, I'm the erkek now. But he has his, because Catherine has one.
You can just get.
That's so interesting.
That's not the case with every.
Not every country,
Right.
but Turkey, if you're married to a Turkish citizen, after 3 years, you can get a Turkish passport.
Wild.
And
So I'm
what's
gonna
that
get
do
one.
for you?
I can go there if things here get worse than Turkey.
And like spend as opposed to okay.
I can go be there. Be like,
Got
here's my
it.
passport. I live
Yeah.
here now.
Yeah, because
And
they
get-
will-
Her
they
dad
could-
has a place in Izmir. I go stay there. It's
Yeah,
on the
because
beach.
they
It's
could
supposed to be
they
nice.
would turn away U.S. passports maybe at some point, but they can't or won't probably turn away Turkish passports.
I'm like, well, I'm one of you now. I'm a Turk now.
I know that Rod Stewart song.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get my Turkish passport, and I'm gonna just tell them all I've seen this movie, and that's why I deserve citizenship.
Cool. Meet the DP. Be his best friend.
I would love to. He
Meet-
did a fantastic job.
Meet the lighting guy. Be his best friend.
Was this a
Great job.
100% Turkish production?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
that.
I mean, you look at the names, and they're
Yeah.
it's all the Turkish, the like C's with dicks and the
The S's with
dicks.
other dicks. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Their letters have dicks.
But the light. I mean, back to the lighting and like just and the craft of this film.
Yeah.
Perfect, beautiful.
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think the
Really well
weakest
done.
part would be the editing then, because there are just some moments that just hang there. We were just here a little too long. You know, like just moments that overstay their welcome a little
Give
bit.
me an
but
example.
I think it's like when one that sticks out in particular is towards the end when the young guy, I think, wins his fight against the guy, and we just hang there for it's just looking up at him after he wins that fight.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh,
Move on.
Go.
Yeah. I mean, and to that point, like it maybe is a little bit too long.
Yeah,
Maybe a tad too long.
I think if
Something
anything,
for
I
a
think
97. 97. You know, you're stretching.
yeah, I think we maybe stayed bullshit too long. Like you could cut down the like car dance.
Wrong. Yeah.
You know,
I disagree.
Some of the restaurant,
Or-
cut down some of the restaurant.
Yeah,
the
even-
restaurant.
yeah.
Honestly, you could get rid of I think the Reservoir Dogs thing. Like you could like be crass and tell stories, but like it's a fucking 7-minute scene.
It's a
You
lot,
know?
but you do get to know the characters pretty well during that scene.
you know them. You
Yeah,
do
very
leave
quickly.
there, and you know exactly who these fuckos
But
are.
I think both topics of conversation, because they start talking about sports betting,
Mm-hmm.
and so in my mind I'm like, oh, these just do like because they had the picture from the car, and then you realize they're cops and they're talking about sports betting. It's like, oh, these just a bunch of dudes hanging out in a restaurant. All right,
Yeah.
and then they move on to some other broy combo, which was what was the one right after it?
Fucking animals.
I think that we hang on that
the
conversation.
guy who
for-
picked up a hooker who was
Yeah.
a dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
Dick.
that, and then you do that story, and like, yeah, exactly. Both of these are like 3.5 minutes of conversation, but it's like the hooker story could probably also do it without the sports betting bit.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
I didn't make the movie.
Which,
so.
like, to me, boils down to maybe like if there is a lacking element, it's probably the script. Like, it's again, we're talking about is it meant to be solved? Maybe, probably not. But its strengths are in how you feel as it's happening to you, not necessarily like about what's happening. And then there are these, scenes of dialogue and shit that we're talking about that maybe do carry on too long. So I think it's kind of like what's the story here? I don't fucking know, and that's fine. But I think that like if there is one way to make this better, it's like maybe pump the story a little bit.
Did you feel like
Yeah.
that was like a lacking point for you?
I did. That's honestly my own personal preference. Like how I
Sure.
don't really like psychedelic movies that much.
Yeah.
Depending on what they are.
Yeah, same.
Like I
Typically same.
Just don't prefer that type of ride.
Yeah.
Like I do like to be able to solve my movie, or at the very least, like understand why I can't. Outside
Sure.
of like this is hell. Like okay, that's fine, and it works. It works.
or understand that like I'm not meant to. Like it's definitely
Yeah.
in stone that I'm not meant to understand or solve it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm with you. I typically don't like psychological movies. I'm surprised I liked this one as much as I did. I think because just the visuals were so
Yeah,
strong.
they did.
And like that vibe is so great. I just love being in that place so much. But like abstractly, like everything about it, story wise, yeah, I'm like allergic to all that. But I just didn't care in
Yeah.
this. I kind of resigned early. I think somewhere around the big hands, I was like, all right, like I think it was like we cut to like them in the restaurant and then we have big hands and then we're back. I'm like, okay, we're kind of in La La Land. It's
Yeah.
fine. I can just let go and let it kind of just be.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I accept that. And this, I think I watched. I mean, Cody had seen this before all of us, but I think I watched this first, and I text you guys. I'm excited to like cast who we think is who in this film.
I'm
Yes.
obviously the sweet, innocent young one.
Obviously, I
I
want to
have
be the servant
Different
guy.
agreements.
No.
the tall one.
The tall one.
That's
that
Lucas.
throws the bones.
That's Lucas.
The master creep, father's servant.
Yeah, that's Lucas.
I don't know, man. He was.
I would be in charge of teeth.
You'd be in charge of teeth.
Yeah,
I mean,
and roll the teeth.
Yeah, that's
What does that?
probably true.
What does that say?
Lucas just on stilts wearing that outfit and like occasionally just going
Yeah.
right,
That's
just
great.
waving his arm outwards,
Yeah, that's
right?
the best job.
I have to go get the cow skull woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess if we're being honest, I'm the Baba.
You kind of are.
I'm the Baba.
Yes, without question, you're the buff.
I'm
Yeah.
the
Without
Baba.
question.
Yeah, you're licking the eye slit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am the most Turkish by default.
and you have a stool
Yeah, I'm the Baba.
that has fucking just sigils and shit written into
I mean,
it.
I have someone in my life I call Baba.
Yeah.
So by default, I'm the Baba.
Hey, Baba was fucking shredded.
Baba was shredded.
Baba was shredded.
Baba
Yoked
was
as fuck.
shredded.
Super yoked.
But we don't know if that's because of some condition he has where he can't retain body fat.
It's true.
It's true.
We don't. We don't at this
know
point.
his deal.
But in any case,
is he dead? Do we know if
is
he's
a cop
He's
that
alive.
He's
dead?
alive.
Baba's alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know
he's
what
alive.
he has.
I looked it up.
We don't know what he has.
We don't know what he has.
How do you know he has anything?
He does have a thing.
He has a thing.
He has a thing.
Look at his face. That's a,
Look at
that's a gland thing.
Jesus.
What? What? I love him.
Yeah, he like won some awards and stuff for this.
Did
I
he?
think. Yeah, he's not a professional actor. I think this was his first thing.
Wow.
But people are like, you're
Oh
great.
man, it's like when they do the face reveal and it's like, this is a real dude.
Yeah.
My second thought immediately is, I hope this guy has the voice to match this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like it goes well, because like if the
It
wrong
goes
voice,
well.
you're like, welcome to hell.
Yeah.
I admittedly, I think I'm probably the guy that freaks out in the bathroom and starts screaming at himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
I think probably I'm.
Oh, the driver?
yeah, I think I'm probably the driver.
Yeah, you die first.
I
You're the
think I'm
driver.
probably the driver.
You're the driver or the catatonic cop.
The catatonic cop.
Who's like banging his head against the wall.
Why am I that guy?
I don't know.
I got more of a story than
You
that.
have big
fuck.
that guy energy.
Banging his head against the wall.
Yeah.
Who's Curtis then?
I mean,
I think
Are you
Curtis,
the
I
lady?
think Curtis
I think
gets his
he's the
eyes
lady.
poked out.
Are you the
Oh.
lady?
I think
Oh,
he's the
him, I'm
lady.
that guy?
Yeah. If he's a cop, he's that guy.
Uh-huh.
If he's a creep, he's the lady.
I'm the lady.
If I'm a creep, who am I?
That's fair.
If you're a creep,
Yeah, if I'm one of the creeps, who am I?
it's hard to say. I don't know.
All of the moving body pit.
Yeah, you're the
You're in the
pit.
pit.
You are the
Yeah,
pit.
you are
the
the
pit.
Mass Orcs one.
A Mass Orcs one.
That's a magic thing?
Magic
Yes.
reference.
Keep an eye out for our new magic channel. It's coming.
It is coming.
What else we got about this film?
I don't have a lot. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but there's not a lot for me to.
Yeah, I will say it's refreshing to have watched a Ripper. We have not watched a Ripper in a
been a
minute.
minute.
It's a minute. We had
It's been a minute since watching a movie that made me go, woo!
I had that thought during this. I was like, all right, this theme is saved.
Yeah.
Well, and
I'm gonna have
ultimately,
two in a row.
when it came down between this and Blood on Satan's Claw in the end,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm gonna love Blood on Satan's Claw. I've
Yeah.
seen it. I know I will. I don't know if my friends will, but I was like, and in Baskin, I was like, I remember it being maybe a little bit too weird for some people, but
But not this show.
Not the
but
show.
not
at
the
all.
show. And that I knew, I don't know. I had a feeling that like
Yeah.
with the shit at the end is like
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's gonna make everybody squeal.
And I'm very
Yeah.
happy to, whenever we can, lift up smaller, maybe not as well known movies.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I didn't know about this before.
Mm-hmm.
This
Again,
so-
the only reason I knew about this movie was that really cool guy, Richard Stanley, picked it in his Severance Sellers pick.
Oh, yeah.
That really cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the
shit heel.
the shit heel, the horrible monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Eric Niss told me about this
Okay.
when it came out.
Yeah. So happy to spread the word. Baskin rules.
Baskin rules, dudes. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's more stuff because I want to say more, but I
Yeah.
don't feel like I feel like I just be repeating myself.
I feel like if I say more, I'm just like, and this thing's cool, and this
Yeah.
thing's
Yeah.
cool.
Kinda.
But like, what else has this director done? I hope he's gone on to do more stuff.
He's done a few things.
'Cause I
Some things that we can approach and find. The Field Guide to Evil is a
yes.
anthology film I've heard of.
Okay.
Mixed reviews across the board on it. But he's done that. He's done a movie called Housewife, which was like the year or two after. Like people have seen these things.
Okay.
I'm not too sure where to find all of them, but
He has a one
He's done
minute
some
a
stuff.
1 minute short called Love and Math where that's the cover. It's just a woman
Nice.
that's naked laying down.
Nice.
So as Austin
Yeah, I was
grabs the
hoping that
phone
this
and
movie would
zooms
kind of
in.
make him like the Joko Anwar of Turkey. You know?
Yeah. I mean, he might be. TBH, I don't know anyone else out of Turkey who's making stuff like this.
Baba Anwar.
Baba Anwar.
I think I guess we could talk about like what we wish there had been more of, or things that have been different. I think one thing that I kind of wish they had done was just like a little bit more like a little bit more insight into the lore.
Yeah, same. I always feel that way with these kinds of movies. I feel
just like a little bit more, like more runes, like more sigils and shit like that, right?
Who are these? Who is this called? What are they doing?
What is the Beyond?
Yeah,
yeah.
More kind of like locals. Like this would have been a cool setup at the beginning instead of focusing so much on the Reservoir Dogs banter. Like maybe some more stories about right, because you get the sense very quickly that like the area that they're going to is sort of like maligned and like, ooh, that's a scary fucking place. Like more of that, right? Mm-hmm. All you just get is that like it's scary and it's weird.
Or like those two guys when they crash who were like, it's
do you guys
there.
Also have the thought of like, are we going to actually do a cult, or is this just going to kind of be an HO1KC thing?
Having seen it, I knew that wasn't the case, but yeah.
I mean, you do wonder like what kind, like there, as we were finding out, there are a couple different kinds of cult movies. You know, there's the supernatural cult, like, which is a little bit more, I don't know, wishy-washy when it comes to like movies about real people in real horrific cult situations. Like you understand, it's about how people can get involved in these things, right? The supernatural cult stuff's not necessarily as much, I think, about how you get involved. It's just about like the fucked nature of it all. Like, how insane is this shit?
Sure, yeah.
I think is what I'm trying to get at there.
Yeah.
What started that? Why'd I say that?
We were talking about things that the movie could have done more of, and then me talking about like just more lore, more shit about stuff.
Yeah. Build up that area a little more. Yeah, I think there's a world where we get into that place in a different way that's a little more dreadful and intriguing. But then again, like you lose the whole like sudden hard right turn, which I think is what he was wanting to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This feels like a thing that hits every mark it wanted to hit.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
everything this guy I think wanted to do feels like you fucking did it.
I hope he feels that way because he did.
Yeah,
it achieved all.
Like I don't think
goals.
he's actually trying to tell the story that I'm necessarily looking for sometimes, or like the
right.
lore-filled thing. Like it's just like I think it is built around shock factor in a certain way, but in like a way that works and is cool. Like you get there and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Sure, yeah,
you know, but it's intriguing still.
Yeah,
I love to because I had a big fear that we were going to walk into this police station and I'm like, are we going to do a Silent Hill thing where I'm just getting kind of quick glimpses of these monsters, but then once we land, we
land.
We
land.
We're going to hang out with them.
Yeah, we land fucking hard.
Yeah, this would make a great maze at Horror Nights.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking
really good maze.
You can do it so easy
Baskin
too.
maze?
But it'd be
It's just
only
the rooms.
after midnight. You have to be 25 plus.
And you have one of our rooms where it's just dudes fucking.
One of our rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went over that. Remember what we did?
Those are the guys from the Shudcast.
Just for hours. Just injecting Viagra
covered
into our
in blood and dirt.
I mean, on that note, like me and Maddie watched this. Not the guys fucking in the room thing. Me and Maddie watched.
We don't
this.
kink shame here.
Me and Maddie watched this, and I thought that she'd watched it with me when it first came out, but I don't think she did. It didn't seem like she did. Because every now and then she'd look up what she was doing and was like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And then at one point she was like, "Dude, this goes hard."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, it really fucking goes
It really
hard.
goes real hard.
That
It's great.
the last half hour of this movie is difficult to watch at times."
Yeah.
I mean, the eye thing got me.
I stood up.
Not
When
a
he
fan.
licked that eye socket, I stood up.
Not a fan of eye stuff. Yeah, good for them. Going hard.
Yeah. That
Good
rocked.
for Turkey.
Yeah, hard the motherfucking paint across the board. Love that movie. Wow. Well, do we have more things we want to say?
I like again, it's just us probably talking about stuff that we like. Like I like that bit, I like that bit.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna get down to the rating portion. Like you should watch this film if you haven't seen it. Watch it. We don't want to ruin every gorgeous little detail of it for you. So
True. Very true. Although I hope that if you're listening to the show that you're watching the movies.
There's
If you're not, that's weird.
yeah,
Watch the movie before you listen to the episode.
that's
Ryan
usually
doesn't do
nice.
that.
I don't think Ryan watches any of the movies.
No, he doesn't watch any of
He
them.
just listens to us talk because he misses us.
he uses this as an excuse to say he did.
Yeah, yeah. This is him. Yeah, our shutdown.
This
how
is
he
like
watches the movie.
Cliff Notes.
That's
Wait,
that's
not a
interesting-
real thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
right? What?
Yes.
Ryan, we're going
That's
to
how he
talk
got
to you.
through college.
Ryan, we're going to talk to you about that. We're going to talk with you about this at your wedding.
That's an interesting. On the Discord, let us know if you watch these movies before or after you listen to these episodes.
Yeah, because actually
Just curious.
we haven't talked about the Discord.
The Discord. Well, I'll save that.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
I'll do the big push at the end.
Well, should we rate the
I think we can rate this
We
bitch.
should rate the bitch.
I'll give Baskin a room full of suggestive hanging chains. Because you know Movie Rips and Wars has got chains hanging from the ceiling and they're wet. Love that shit.
Oh, you just reminded me. I think Sorrel belongs to this cult because she leaves those hair globs on the side of the shower right now.
So does Kaylin.
I don't understand.
So do I.
You leave hair globs?
Yeah.
You pull at your hair and put it on the side of the shower.
Well, as I'm washing my hair, a bunch of hair falls out and gets in my hand, and I put it on the. Look at how much fucking hair I have. This can't be
Disgusting.
surprising.
Yeah, you know what I don't really have a problem with it, but my big problem is if I trim my beard and there is one fucking millimeter long beard hair in the sink, I hear about it. But she just slapping dead cats on the side of
You
the
can't put it down the drain.
I don't
Well, I
understand
do.
this.
I clean. I trim it over the trash can. I trim it over the trash can, get every hair I can, then I clean, wash, clean.
So what's she
But
supposed
it-
to do while she's in the shower? What am I supposed to do when I'm in the shower?
I don't have
What's
a problem.
Patty
I'm
supposed
just
to do when I'm
saying.
in the shower?
I get attacked if there's one microscopic hair on the sink basin, but she can just slap her long dead brown hair onto the shower, and that's fine.
Have you just?
Why don't you just attack her?
I do violently every day.
Oh.
Yes, story reservations aside, that's a me problem. Movie Rips.
I'll give this film one elma, which is Turkish for apple,
Hell yeah.
because it's delicious, and everyone should enjoy it.
Yeah!
Also, dog is Kopek. This is the extent of my Turkish. Just a few words.
This is the end of all my Turkish.
You know, Kopek, bread, and dad.
Yeah, Baba.
Baba, Kopek.
Uh-huh.
What was bread?
Ekmek.
Ekmek.
Yeah.
Okay. What's chicken?
I have no idea.
Okay. I give this movie 30 chicken fuckers
Yeah.
because. Were you going to use that?
I hate going last now.
because I know you want to watch it. I know you want to watch it, and I know you're not gonna maybe have a good time the whole time, but some of you might. And regardless, you watched it and you won't forget it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ripper of a movie. I absolutely love this thing.
I give Baskin one bloody cow-skulled, mommy milkered, huge dump truck, ritual non-virgin. Because this movie fucks.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Baskin Showcast approved.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first time in a while.
That's the first time. With
wow.
unanimously.
Enthusiastic unanimous.
Emphatic yes.
That's pretty fucking wild.
I thought,
Back.
I was like, 15 minutes into this movie, I was like, are we just going to continue this attempt to pan for gold kind of thing where we pick these middle of the road movies, like known middle of the road movies, hoping one of us goes like, oh, this actually rules, and then they keep just not ruling.
Yeah. Yes.
Got one.
Very
got
happy
one.
one rules.
It means it's my turn.
It's your turn, baby.
Curtis's turn.
For movie number 3 of
Purple Flavored Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And I might have labored over this selection more than any other thing I've done for the show. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because I have also in my last couple recent picks done a couple swings, movies I haven't seen, that haven't always turned out great. And because I was like, well, I just want like a solid ground rule double, if anything. I just want to know. So it was between two movies that I'd seen before and actually rewatched them before this night.
Wow.
To be like, I just want to know. Should I pick? Which of these should I pick? It's always been one of these two films.
Okay.
And because we did Baskin, I think that helped me decide to not do one of these because you could say that there's a lot of aesthetic similarity sometimes.
Okay.
We're going to do we're gonna watch The Empty Man.
Fuck you! God damn it, Curtis! God damn it, Curtis!
Fuck.
Fuck you!
I was gonna pick this.
Ah,
High on my list.
This is the movie that when we were talking about that, when we were, he
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
these
yeah.
are the two movies I didn't watch. I was like,
Yeah.
there's one that we both watched, and I know we both felt the same way about the thing.
Yeah, but
and
you've
it went
turned
up a lot
around.
of stars.
I've turned around on it.
In my research, like found this and I haven't seen it, and I was like, oh, this looks cool, and then I saw that you weren't so hot on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe not. And then I think probably saw that you weren't so hot. I was like, oh, they've seen it. Maybe they weren't so hot on it. But now I see that you are much more hot on
Yeah.
it. And now I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
I think at the very least it's a juicy conversation and it's a swing. Like
I'm
it's an
intrigued.
interesting swing. I think regardless of where we end up falling on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, the beginning of this movie, we'll leave it at that.
we'll find out next episode.
Yep.
Join us next time. If you're not already, please join our Patreon, patreon.com/SHUDcast.
Yeah.
There for $3 a month, you get access to the Discord. $5 a month, you get these videos that you might be watching, and you get mini episodes. We're about to record one right now where we're going to play the House of a Thousand Corpses game. Yeah. Give that to you, so that'll be pretty exciting. Again, $3 or $5 a month. It goes a long way to support the show, so please do that if you're not already. Please. And if you can't do that, at least like and subscribe on whatever you're watching.
Yeah,
listening to
and
this
tell your
on.
friends.
Tell your
tell your
goddamn
friends.
friends.
Tell your friends.
We have a great Discord, and I want to grow it. I want more people there.
Tell your mom.
I want more Dr. Horses. I want more Steves.
We
I
want to talk
more
to your mom.
Drewies.
Ah, your mom knows.
Until next time, we love you.
We fucking love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.